Playing the offensive line, you have to take your ego, put it in your back pocket, and zip it up. When you win, you had nothing to do with it. Lose, it's all your fault. You play against first and second down defensive linemen, third down rushers, specialists coming in and out, 70 or so plays, and if you're successful 68 times, with 2 plays being a sack and a tackle for a loss, you failed. This was the mentality displayed by one of Maryville's all-time best in the trenches. In 1990, Thomas Smith, a 6-foot, 255-pound immovable force, arrived in the Highlands from Darlington High School in Rome, Georgia. Benching 350 pounds and squatting over 500 as a rookie collegian, Smith quickly found the Scots starting lineup after impressing his coaches. Coach Jim Pavo, although directing the defense, noticed Smith's earliest attributes. Thomas was an excellent athlete and one of the strongest players I have ever had the opportunity to work with, and may have been one of the best offensive linemen in Maryville college history. Thomas's path to greatness was delayed after his first collegiate game. In the first quarter of the 1990 season opener against Rhodes College, Smith suffered a knee injury that would sideline him for the remainder of the season. In 1991, Smith's efforts, along with his teammates, led the Scots to a 7-3 record. The line was a close band of brothers. It takes a tight, close line to be effective, and it's hard to find a tighter group than these giants making way for their backs. Maryville's offense was ranked in the top 20 within the NCAA Division III, averaging an amazing 248 yards a game on the ground. Smith and his line opened holes for Brian Wright, Scoville Blevins, as well as quarterback Kelly Moore. His performance against Tennessee Wesleyan earned him Offensive Player of the Week honor. The 7 wins that Maryville earned was the most of any squad since the 1979 season, and has only been repeated twice more since, in 1999 and 2007. Smith's powerful run blocking, along with his relentless pass blocking, made him one of the best offensive linemen in the entire country. He helped his Fighting Scots to key Division III wins over Rhodes, Center, and Methodist, while taking down scholarship schools Lambeth, Clinch Valley, and Tusculum during his first full season in the Orange and Garnet. Following a breakout freshman campaign, Smith did not allow a sophomore slump. He simply dominated among a line that would work in sync throughout the year. Smith's sophomore offensive line performed hard things in cohesion without even speaking. An offensive lineman's vision of perfection is explained by Smith. You'll be on the road where it's loud and hostile, and all 5 guys are on the same page. You play non-verbally, to not even talk, to go off looks. Unless you're an offensive lineman, you don't know how that feels. It is the epitome where the whole becomes far greater than the sum of its parts. Maryville College running back Thomas Stevens took advantage of MC's line cohesion and exploded for 989 yards and 7 touchdowns. Ron Silver found himself running behind a path cleared by Smith for an additional 7 scores. Smith graded out at an amazing 90% for the season and went the entire season without letting his quarterback, John Barry Cox, get sacked 1 time. This performance earned him Kodak First Team All-American honors, as well as being named a champion All-American. Smith was MC's Player of the Week against both Center and Emory and Henry. He helped the Scots take down rivals Center, Rhodes, and Methodist en route to a 5-5 season. Running backs Greg Shelton, Ron Silver, and Charcy Robertson could not wait to dart through holes Smith would create during his junior season in 1993. For the 3rd consecutive season under Smith's guidance, MC rushed for over 250 yards per challenge. Quarterback John Barry Cox finished the 2nd consecutive season with a clean uniform, as Smith did not allow his opponent to sack the MC signal caller. Smith's dominance was recognized once again by coaches and fans and was named a Kodak All-American for the 2nd consecutive season. Behind Smith's blocking, Charcy Robertson was able to scamper for a 75-yard touchdown run against Center College, a performance that is still the 5th longest run from scrimmage in MC history. In a game against Methodist, his line opened holes for Greg Shelton, where he amassed 202 yards rushing for the day, the 4th best single-game rushing effort in MC history. The Scots finished Smith's junior campaign with a 6-4 mark, with key wins over Center, Sewanee, Rhodes, and Methodist, as well as a big win over Emory and Henry by the score of 29-28. Entering his senior season, Smith was ready to finish his amazing career on a high note. As a team captain and a game captain for 9 games, the Orange and Garnet finished 5-5 on the season. For the 3rd season in a row, Smith did not allow a sack. His performances against Center and Clinch Valley earned him Offensive Player of the Week accolades. Charcy Robertson dashed into 3rd place into the MC record books with an 80-yard touchdown scamper behind Smith's surge against Davidson. Robertson capitalized on Smith's dominance with a 224-yard rushing effort against Kentucky Wesleyan, ranking as the 2nd best single rushing day in MC history. Smith's relentless blocking all year earned him the title as the team's most valuable player, a very rare feat for many offensive linemen. To this day, Smith stands alone as the only athlete in Maryville College history to be named an All-American on 3 occasions. During his tenure on the offensive line, Smith helped numerous Scots to break MC career marks. Armand Akibo, Thomas Stevens, and John Barry Cox each rank in MC's top 10 in career carries. Stevens, Akibo, Silver, and Robertson are in the top 10 in career rushing yards. John Barry Cox and Ron Silver are in the top 6 in career rushing touchdowns. The common denominator to this success on the ground? Run behind the best guard in Maryville College football history. After graduating from Maryville, Thomas pursued his dream of being a coach by traveling to Mobile, Alabama. He has been at St. Paul's Episcopal School for the past 15 years, coaching and preparing students as their strength and conditioning coach. His pride and joy are his son, Cooper Thomas, and daughter, Elizabeth Day. Thomas is represented today by his proud parents, his offensive line coach, Bill Sliwa, and his head football coach, Phil Wilkes. Unfortunately, Thomas is coaching this evening in Alabama, but wanted to thank everyone, including the committee, for this honor and distinction. Ladies and gentlemen, a 1992 champion and Kodak All-American, a 1993 champion, Kodak and Don Hanson All-American, a 1994 college football preview preseason All-American. Please help me welcome Thomas Smith to the 2012 class of the Maryville College Wall of Fame.